Good evening all, how are we doing? Oh, ow, I just need my desk. Happy Saturday, hope we're all doing well. Somewhat a bit different today. I mean, I feel like I should be including Saturday streams and that, but they're not as different as they're supposed to be, but, you know, it's all good. It's all fun and games, isn't it? Or at least it's meant to be, anyway. How's things? Happy weekends and things. Hope everybody's having a good one. Let me get rid of that BS there and get things rolling. Evening Tango, evening Cal, how are we doing? Morning, evening distortion. Tainted Grail indeed, yes. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. So this looks like an interesting game. I've played rapidly through a fair chunk of the intro. Not all of it, but a fair chunk of it. And we're going to take from the top again, so there's that. Just to kind of get a feel for things and stuff. And get stuff set up and such. So yeah, it's kind of got this dark Skyrim vibe, but like with a sprinkle of kind of souls in its style. Not in so much in the gameplay as in the tone and the world and that sort of thing. With also a little hint here and there of The Witcher too. Just a little bit. Sorry, stop that at once. My headphones are rubbing against the arm of my glasses and they're squeaking and it's right in my ear and it's so annoying. It's never been a problem before, so I don't know what's going on now. Really annoying. I cannot convey. It's like someone's just got polystyrene right in my ear. Not quite that horrifying, but it's very annoying. Yeah, this has never been an issue before. That's weird. And they're new glasses, but they're not brand spanking new. I've been wearing them for a couple of weeks. I don't know. That's so weird. Maybe I just haven't noticed before. Anyway, yeah. There's fluff in front of me. Shall we? Figuring out where to put the camera for this one was a pain because, yeah, another one of those ones where the UI covers lots of the screen, or is in a lot of places on the screen, depending on what you're looking at, and finding a gap that you're not hiding everything is difficult. Yeah, this is Gopher summed this up quite well in his streams. Am I cocked up here? So it would seem. Hang on. That shouldn't be happening. Right. Why are you doing that? I specifically told you not to do that. Let's see if this works. Right. Sound's coming out of my speakers despite the fact I've definitely told it not to be on that particular setting. It's switched back again. That's very annoying. Let's try again. This might mean I'll have to very rapidly restart the stream because sometimes it's a dick like that. OBS can't handle a change of audio device. God knows why. Oh, maybe it can. It can today. Wonders never cease. Right. Take two. So I'm all the way down here now. We'll see how volumes and things go. I'll probably have to turn things down from the look of this, but that's definitely looking a bit on the loud side. Start with... Yeah, it should be a bit better. Let's try that. We'll see how we go from there. Right. Yeah, spooky and stuff. Kind of, well, it's kind of gross and a bit kind of, yeah, in places. So bear in mind, dark game as opposed to, you know, relatively happiness of Bethesda games. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hang on, we'll get through this and I'll talk about it.
The all-consuming Red Death. 600 years ago, King Arthur led the Great Escape from the homelands, where our kingdoms were ravaged by the plague. Leading people to Avalon, he started the Age of Conquest and took the island from the Fore-Dwellers. Using the mysterious powers of Menhirs, together with Merlin, they cleansed the land of the Wyrdness, a primordial force of chaos and possibility. But now, long after the death of the king, Kamelot is in shambles as Avalon fractures into chaos. Old legends are gone, and the weirdness is creeping back into our lands. The bleeding heart of the plague has started beating once more, and the Red Death has returned. Rulers of the island asylum, an order of the Red Priests, are desperate to stop it by any means necessary. Rotting in one of their cells is a stranger who might bring a spark of change to this cursed island stuck in everlasting autumn.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I had a quick look at some Gopher stuff while I was checking out UIs and things, and Gopher's stream had a fairly cool description of this on it, in that he said it was, you can kind of really tell that it wears its Skyrim and Elder Scrolls influences on its sleeve, but also other things as well, definitely other things. It feels newer than either of those games do, and particularly in things like movement and stuff like that. And it's definitely learnt from that. Not surprising, because it's technically a newer game, even though Oblivion is brand spanking new in the sense of the remaster, it's still basically the same game. So, yeah, there's that. But in some ways, it does feel like it's an older game in some ways, partly because it's not AAA, this, and partly because, excuse me, you know, it does draw on those older games quite a lot for inspiration, I think. So, we can go, well, God knows, at least she's got some clothes on. I was a little worried for a second there. Thought she probably would, but, you know. Not really looked much at the options around female characters. Few faces. Character selection is, or character creation is somewhat flexible, but could be more flexible. You haven't got sliders, you just got to pick a face, for example. So yeah, I'm also deliberating on what kind of character I want to play. I think, it's got quite a unique character creation, well, fairly unique character creation thing going on. But you can also respec, so I might just go with plan A. And, I don't know. The question is whether or not I want to keep playing a separate playthrough on stream or not. We'll see. I might create... you enjoyed it, Cal? That's cool. I don't know. I don't know if I want to create a character to play only on stream. Or create... I don't know. This is the thing. If I do decide to play on... I might create a character with stream in mind and see where we go from there. But I was thinking I'm quite enjoying playing as a wizard. But there are other things, options that look quite interesting and cool. But I think I'll start with wizard for now, and I might do something different or respec again later and make my mind up. Let's go a little bit more pale on that. Be blue skinned if I want. I don't think I want to go that way. So faces. I can't tilt up and down, unfortunately, but I can go left or right. So start there for now. Male faces, not the best, some of them. It's not bad. That's somewhat workable. It's not bad either. Oh dear me. It's like the front of his face just kind of fell off there. Oh dear. Some really strange faces here. This is the one I like the best, I think. Eye colour. Go red, I think. Eyebrows. I'm going to stick with the bushy ones because there are other ones, but not. Not quite as cool, I don't think. That's not bad. I think we'll stick with that one. We go for some face details. Like freckles or really kind of aged look there. Lots of damage. A bit more damage. That's not bad. I actually quite like that one. One looks like he's had the crap kicked out of him as well. That's not bad. Don't see any damage on that one. Makes you look pale though. Don't think I want to go for the 2 makeup options that are available and are quite terrible. I kind of live with that. A little bit of scratches and damage is not bad. I don't want to overdo it, I don't think. Not with what I've got in mind. That kind of works. What kind of hair options have we got? Big floofy. Side parting, a little too modern. Not sure about the slightly floppy bun there. Weird hair physics in some cases. Yeah. That's not bad. No thanks. Another weird side parting thing. It's not bad, but it's a bit side parting kind of. Big girly long hair. Blast back. No. No. That's not the worst, but not really what I'm going for. Definitely not. Like in the plait there. Not really my vibe either. Balding. Again, a bit on the girl with an axe vibe. And it's workable, I'm sure. It's the same without the tail. More trendy floof. More slightly girly long hair. Longer hair this time. And I think we're just going to go for this one. And I'm going to go for mustache. No, I didn't think so. Really big mustache. Something better. Awful goatee. Another awful goatee. It looks like he's... yeah, that's giving me Russell Brand vibes. Let's not do that. It's slightly... that reminds me of something, but I can't think what. Big old beard. That works a bit. That's... Ooh, hello. That's way too white. Yeah, I can do that. I think I'm basically sticking with what I had in mind previously for now. There's a few different facial tattoos, but they're not that spectacularly awesome, I don't think. That's not bad. I like that one. Not a lot, but yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to go for this one on the body, because there are some similar sorts of things, you know. That's not terrible, actually. I'm going to go for that one. Especially if I'm leaning spellcastery. So. I've got a few names I've picked out, so I'll have to choose one now, won't I? I'm not sure I'm actually happy with any of those. Hang on, let me look some up that I've got on another spot here. So I'm definitely not happy with that one. You have some more tunes while we wait. Well, what's the next song starts anyway? Here we go. Look something up. Couple of possibles. Not sure about that one now. Decisions. Nope. I'm narrowing it down, honest. And names are always bloody difficult. Especially if there's a chance you might stick with them. Only problem here is this is a region in the world, but it works. No, don't like it. Oh, hell no. Definitely not doing that one. Let me just... It's not going to do it. I'm now resorting to the internet for ideas. Hell no. Too much hair. Nah, too ordinary. So I've got one that I do like, but I'm going to hold off on using it. Or should I hold off on using it? Screw it. I'm not going to hold off on using it. I'll use the name I know I like. And if that doesn't work out, well, and I'll create a new character. I'll create a female character next time. I don't have to do this all quite the same way again. That works. So, we're going to go with adventure difficulty.
Rise and shine, rise and shine. Yes, it's me again. And I hope this time you'll cooperate without me needing to repeatedly hit you in the face, eh?
I could prefer not to be repeatedly hit in the face. So I'm not sure about the volume levels.
Look, we just have to get this over and done with. Unless you want a visit from someone upstairs. And trust me, you don't. Just
And
like
an
before,
explorer mode.
no food until we're done here. And the moment you start getting on my nerves, we're going back to my tried and tested fists. So, tell me, what were you doing in the forest when the red shields caught you?
So, did you think character creation was over? Because it isn't. We have different types of possible build there. Or at least starting build. It doesn't use classes in the same sense as in a traditional sense. Like the Elder Scrolls, it's a bit more flexible than that. So, I can go to enlist. I was on my way to enlist in the army, which gives me one-handed, two-handed weapons, blocking, heavy armor, and athletics. I was hunting for archery, medium armor, athletics, evasion, and sneak. I was avoiding the city guards, trying to sell some goods, which is one-handed, archery, light armor, agility, and sneak. Can't see the last one in there because I'm in the way, but anyway. And I was seeking an ancient site of worship, which will give me one-handed weapons, light armor, magic, and alchemy. If I want to go down the magic roads, this is what I'm going to go for. It actually gives quite a nice balance for a kind of light on his feet, spell slinging, occasionally backs up with a blade type. Works quite nicely for that. Does mean I can't take much of a beating, but dodges in this are a thing. So I can stay silent, which presumably either allows me to randomly allocate myself, or because I haven't tried it, or I don't know, starts me with a nothing kind of setup. I don't know, because there's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skills in each case that have 3 points in them. As you go silent, I'm guessing you either don't get any bonuses, or maybe you get to pick them yourself manually. But anyway, we're going to go for that ancient site of worship.
Yeah, you look like one of those half-starved druids who survived the Charred Conclave. We've picked almost all of you up from the forest by now, so there aren't many of you crooks left out there. So, you're a tree hugger then?
So, like I say, I study healing magic and get a bonus to alchemy and cooking, and the blood transfusion spell. Or I could burn that tree down, get an increased bonus to light armor, buff my athletics and my magic, and get a burning ember spell. I mean, both have their styles and their things, but I think burning the tree down seems better, because I'm not locked out of anything by not having points in alchemy or cooking. But an extra bonus to my light armor and my sprinting and swimming speed and my magic is definitely something I think I'd go for.
Big talk, as always. Yeah, I've never seen you people do anything but fireworks and illusions. Not much use during a real fight, as is evident from you being in here rather than out there. Okay, that was easier than I expected. Now, unfortunately, we'll have to start...
Fuck you.
I've always found it puzzling that these people won't bathe. You, I understand. You're literally rotting in this damned cell. But them? There's just no excuse for the stench. There they are. Finally. I know. You've a million questions. But they'll have to wait. One of these keys will open your cell. When you get out, head left. I'll scout ahead.
Okay, so I think I need to turn up some of the volume a little bit. I'll tweak the volumes a little bit anyway. So I think, no, that's video, audio is what I want. So we're 80, so let's bump that up to 90. Maybe dip that a little. That might be the video volume that was really just too high, wasn't it? Leave it at that and see how we do for now. So I'll take my toilet bucket and I think we're going to leave our cellmate here though. Right now, I am not looking so great. You can see the effects there of the Red Death Plague, which is apparently making me look somewhat worse for the wear. Thing is, I didn't pick the particularly muscly body, and yet in here you always seem to have the muscly body. But I do have a spell, so yeah, it's going in my left hand for right now. Use this key and get the heck out of here. The music's quite cool so far, for sure. Let's take everything that lad's got. We'll start by putting a club in there. Albeit a rather broken one. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Not sure how a club is exactly... No. Club doesn't look very broken to me. But anyway. Get some torn red shields, leather armour. Okay, let's start. Some bandages on my wrists, that's less ideal. Linen pants. One leather boot. And a leather hood. That works for me. Quick slots. I've got mead if I want to get drunk. I don't think I want to do that. And in my bag I also have one broken arrow. And a couple of other bits and pieces that aren't all useful. So... I can't currently block because I have a spell in my left hand. Ooh, I've got cool, like, disease effects on my hand, though. So if I've got a spell in my left hand, I can't block. If I've got a shield in my left hand and a spell in my right, I can. However, I can dodge like a monster, so that's quite fine. Now, our bowman friend said to go that way, so I'm going to go this way. Roast, don't mind if I do. Beautiful Liliana and in the Chamber of Ecstasy. I got a bad... Oh, hello. Yeah, I thought as much. That's porn. We'll leave this fella to it, because he was, prior to getting an arrow through his nostril, apparently pursuing pornography. Menhir figurine and a coin purse. So Menhirs were the statues used by Merlin and Arthur to drive back the Wyrdness back in 600 years prior. So, back. So one got a roast to restore health. Now, a Menhir figurine, +5 maximum health permanently. Well, that seems like a no-brainer, really, if it's permanent, doesn't it? Nice. So, yeah, my camera's down in that corner because it doesn't cover anything here. And there's all of this for you to see as well. And if I go up here, it's going to cover this. And Looking for the Resistant Part 1. Simple recipes from simple ingredients. Author, Millerate, Auntie Freezer? Not everyone has refined taste buds, and that's perfectly fine. I'm Auntie Millerate, and we're here with simple recipes for those who prefer straightforward flavours. For moderate hunger, try Beggar's Fare. Staple for folks like you. Oh, thanks. Just boil groats and oats in bubbling water. Yes, it must bubble. Another option is mashed potatoes. Peel them thinly if you're handy with a knife, or just skip peeling altogether. Boil for about 20 minutes. Drain. Please don't drink the water. Mash with a touch of milk, but not too much. You want creamy, not watery. Those are going to be some shit mashed potatoes. And the Beggar's Fare is probably even worse. So, I can just experiment, or better yet, we can go to our recipes and see what we've got. Mashed potatoes and Beggar's Fare. Let's start with Beggar's Fare. And I've got a chance, expected outcome 54% of the time, 27% chance of better outcome, and 18% of chance of worse outcome. And if I were to do that, my chance for a better outcome goes up, and I don't think it's going to do anything better overall, though. Craft mini. How many can I craft? 3. That works for me. Cool. So I can do mashed potatoes as well. I've had some extra potatoes. Not getting better results, but I'm going to chance for better results. Going to go up. Well, let's give it a go. Whether or not I got a better result, but let's have a look. Also field slot. Not really sure what the deal with that is. No, it did not go great. For the minute. Did I get any upgrades to my arm that might be worth a look? I think I just got the same things again, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright. Moving on. I'm hoping I could take that torch, but it doesn't look like I can. I shall have to squint, because it is very dark. 7 commandments. First came the prophet, then came the word. The word is sacred. The Pope, his cardinals, his priests receive the word. The word is the way. We are all brothers and sisters starving for the word. The word is sustenance. Together in holy suffering we walk the pilgrim's path. The word is our strength. We repent by facing the trial of the plague. The word is our cure. The priests clad in red guide us towards grace. The word is our salvation. There are no other sanctities, only the prophet's word and the will of the Red Church. Do not doubt your faith and you will be rewarded. Evening all, how's it going? Ooh, more Beggar's Fare. Don't mind if I do. I'm searching around in the dark here and I can't see much. Oh yeah, if we go and have a look at my cell, we can see that age unknown, male, King's Road, presumably where I was found. Red Death Stage 2. Severe skin lesions notably visible on face and hands. Further screening tests required. Strict protective measures must be enforced. Treatment records. Patient is mentally stable, though symptoms of Red Death persist. I've started applying small doses of black henbane to the skin, and asked him to keep a dream journal. Progress is strong, but he panics easily. I'll introduce a mild calming agent to help him relax and open his mind without fear. Patient's mental state is worse than expected. Upon waking, he either becomes briefly catatonic or curls up muttering. Patient is now fully catatonic, unresponsive, unmoving, not eating. Death seems the only mercy left. I conduct an autopsy to seek possible brain changes. There must be something to learn here. Ethan. Ramblings of a weary mind. Dark nights here are endless. Everything breathes and cools crisply. A red monk came to put fire in my chest, but I knew it was a good thing. The first and only king visited me the night before. Arthur wept and reached to me with his hands, not 2 but 4. Never closer to the king's grace, then he disappeared. The bleeding heart of the plague beats frantic in despair. 1, 2, 1, 2. I hear its rhythm from behind the wall. I know it. I feel it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Organic machinery that created this place, these people. Put your ears to the walls and listen. 1, 2, 1, 2. Listen. Ooh. 16. Q-Act, I think that says. Ethan, Red Death Stage 4. Body remains in relatively good condition despite 4th stage of plague. Patient's mind is a shambles. Seems the mind is the first to die. We'll need to observe what happens next. Lucky him. Yeah, doing good, thanks, Al. I've got 5 lockpicks from somewhere. That's nice. Sure, I saw something back down here. I could lockpick if I had lockpicks, but I don't remember picking any up. Ah, there was a cabinet here. So it's basically the same as Skyrim, except just a different button. It is rather sensitive. Potions. Rejuvenation potion increases max health, mana, and stamina. Okay. Small health potion. Okay. You know what? I'm going to make that a mana potion. I'm going to make that a health potion. I'll eat food manually when I need to. That's a good plan. For now. Right. I saw dudes in here, didn't I? To block, right, tap block right before the enemy's attack lands to execute a parry. Okay, which is right click. Which it doesn't tell you, which would be helpful. Successful parry prevents all damage. And drains a hefty amount of enemy stamina. Important, unless you have a shield in your offhand, parrying is unavailable when you have spells equipped. Okay. Most enemies have a stamina bar displayed beneath their health bar. When fully drained, they enter staggered state, becoming vulnerable. Until the stamina regens.
Reveal yourself. My faith will not.
Don't know what your faith will not, buddy, but it didn't protect you from fireballs coming your way. Ooh, dagger, nice. Red priest pants, cowl, torn robe, and worn leather shoes. Now, for now, up here we've got carry weight of 110. The top right there, levels. I'm not sure what this is. That's cash. And this is my encumbrance level based on the armour I am currently wearing. We're 5.1% armour, but I'm at medium encumbrance. And medium, mana regeneration, stamina regen, and attack speed, and casting speed, and dash speed, and movement speed all have no change. And I've got a dash counter of 2, which I assume means... I don't know. Seems to be a limit to how far I can dash. I don't quite know how it varies, but less is probably better here. So I'm going to go for the Torn Red Priest robe, which is slightly lighter, I think. But it gives me half as much armour, which does suck. But I'm now on light. This helmet is also lighter, but it looks bloody awful, so I'm not going to wear it. I'll have the extra protection on the better looking hood, I think. Priest pants are look exactly the same. I guess I must well wear a match set. Don't have match boots, they're all one leather. Okay. Yeah, that's the same as well. Cool. And we've got up to 4 different loadouts available, which is cool. Hopefully he's got as kind to those who failed him. Well, I don't know, it seems like a fairly full-on religion. And I pulled out a dagger because it'd be better than the club I was carrying. Brains! This is where it starts to get slightly alike to The Witcher, or little vibes of The Witcher anyway. And some of the creatures and things. I don't know if these bottles and jars are good for anything. I don't think they are. Tunnels are scheduled to be filled and secured. Stay clear and avoid tampering. There's a torch anywhere, didn't there? Candle, but I can't pick it up. Let's see where the tunnel goes. Hello. Ahem, excuse me. Comes out in another cell. The broken lock. Interesting. I can jump over and end up back here. Okay. That was not as exciting as I thought it might be. Helge, 73, male, from Borough, Red Death Stage 1, fevers brought on by Red Death have left lasting mark on his mind, plagued by visions, mood changes occur, emotional indifference to religious and ecstatic rapture, leading to foretelling doom. Observe. Alright there, buddy.
Drip, drip, drip. Do you hear it? Soon the king will return. I told the priests. They laughed. But they'll soon see for themselves. Drip, drip, drip. The storm is gathering.
Oh. So from what I gather, incidentally, it does get a lot better illuminated later on. But this area obviously is very bloody dark. Dark, dingy asylum. Island asylum, apparently. What are you talking about? You're free, go, leave. What are you on about?
At last, the age of resurrections shall end. And then, the once and future king will return. I cannot wait to behold his radiance. Drip after drip. With each drop, it gets closer and closer.
He does look rather emaciated and unwell. You're free, go.
None of us are free. We are all bound. All bound. And to go? No. I don't want to. I found my place to await the king. You can go if you want, but you won't get far. We are all bound. All bound. Trip after trip. Closer and closer.
Happy chappy, isn't he? See anything else in here anyway? Lisa. Let's look her up. 20, female, Little Grove, Red Death Stage 3, plague progression stopped. After prolonged exposure to concentrated weirdness. The patient's body has undergone severe alterations. The mutations, however, have halted the progression of the disease. Hold for observation. After 4 weeks, proceed with disposal. Oh, great, the Phantom Murderer.
Do you see what a miracle I am? Healed. Healed. I am no longer sick.
That's great if you're not. As long as you're not contagious anyway. Although, let's be honest, looking like that, you go out and about, people are just going to assume you are and probably drive you out of town with rocks anyway. What happened to you?
The depths, filled with the weirdness. Oh, and a chamber. It was rather dreadful, I must admit. They left me here for some time. I can't quite remember. I felt everything within me turn inside out, then settle back into place once more.
Sounds grim.
I thought I was dying, but now all is well. The worst is behind me.
You might want to get out of here, otherwise they'll probably stab you when you're not looking.
You don't need to help me. The Red Priests already did.
They're planning to murder you, it says on the wall outside.
For them, I feel just fine now. I hope the same fate awaits you and you'll no longer suffer. Have a nice day, kind sir.
Crazy girl. They gonna shank you when you're not looking. When it suits them. Alright, so back to where I was before. Lock seems to be broken. That was the one we snuck into via the passageway. Health potion, 7 commands we already read. Note written in blood. Lovely. If anyone who finds this note, you need to run before they start your treatment, and it makes you realize you need to gnaw your own legs off. I promise you're not sick, and even if you are, they will not cure you. Save yourself as I did. I stole a small glass jar when they weren't looking and broke it into tiny shards and swallowed them all. Soon I will be free. Oh. Oh, what a horrific way to kill yourself. That's a good word, I suppose, but jeez. So, damn, that's a big splash of blood. Arrow out of that guy's chest. Go in here. Wine, 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 cabbages and onions. I'll take these. I'm not going to wear them. They're just rugged clothes. Onions and garlic. Beef, venison, pork, onion. Oh, letter and lockpick. I'll look at the letter in a minute. We're on easy difficulty, according to the top right there. Yeah, very easy. Coin, mana potion, health potions, milk and flour, and salt. Moonshine, peppermint, sage, honey. A cracked shield. More sage. Groats, groats, spuds, spuds. Oh, that was worthwhile. What was that note all about? My dear Freya, I have finally arrived at the island asylum and have received my preliminary medical examination. Father Vaughan said my symptoms point to early stages of Red Death, and I did very well to come here of my own will. He told me to do everything. He promised to do everything in his power to help me and to make sure our son, I write son because I could feel the truth of that with each heartbeat, Freya, is born healthy. Oh dear. I know you had doubts about me coming here, but I really am of good cheer. I will keep you up to date on my progress. Hope to see you soon. Love you and miss you very much. Forever yours, Catherine. I'm thinking of the name Llewellyn. How do you like it? I have got a bad feeling about this lady coming here, because this really doesn't look like the sort of place you get the kind of treatment that actually ends well. Ooh, heal. Ah, I may have cocked up slightly. Hang on. I got the HUD off because I was taking pictures this afternoon. And HUD's not on. Right. Now it is. Ooh, I'm going to run away from the zombie. This supposed asylum that is trying to heal people from the Red Death is full of zombies. Great. And people who are clearly not being treated very well. Spoiled meat, monster blood. I don't think I want his clothes. Let's have a look, see if there's any of the stuff that just looks like it's not worth any money at all. Clothing. Worth only 5. I might as it doesn't weigh very much. They're all worth 20 for now. Some things are worth a bit, some things are not. Well, we'll figure out what we're going to get rid of sooner or later. Zombies. This way. Ooh, that zombie got very close. Heavy cast on this one. You've got 2 casts with each spell. They equip like weapons, which is interesting. Light cast just throws a little fireball at him. A heavy cast does a little AoE damage. There we go. Little stabby stab. There we go. That one's got enough all on him. Where's the other one that I cinderized? There he is. Cool. So we have successfully defeated a few zombies. Axe measuring tool, saw and drill. Oh, I don't really want to collect those. Devil's snare. Red priest's gauntlets. Headdress, robe, boots and pants. Nice. Autopsy report. I drilled a burr hole in the left temporal bone, revealing a skull filled with thick coagulated blood. After draining, using Morgane's cut, I sawed through the cerebral falx, severed nerves and brainstem, and then removed the brain. Its abnormal shape suggested internal swelling. Incisions were made in the venous sinuses at the base of the skull was left intact. Finally, brain was placed in alcohol and cedar oil for further study. Lovely. So, it should be a robe that's in slightly better nick than the one I've got. One's torn, and one is not. It doesn't seem to make a great deal of difference. It's in slightly better nick. Okay, well, that's fair enough. I'll have one that's in slightly better nick then. Helmets, don't want to change that. Pants, there's ragged trousers, which have half as much armour. And ragged peasants. I've already got red priest ones on, that's fine. Okay. And there's red priest shoes here, which are slightly lighter armour than the boots I'm wearing. I have the same protection, but they don't look as good, so I'll change into them if I have to, but not if I don't. And some slightly nicer gauntlets. Considerably nicer gauntlets, actually, so that's an upgrade. Weapons, magic, no, nothing better, okay. Cool. Upgrades. There's a tunic there, which is rather than a robe. It's a shorter version of what I'm currently wearing. Fish oil, okay. A dead red priest. And another arm. blinders on. There's a door here. Ah. Okay. Notes on Wyrdness mutations. Mutational changes are not significant, although they span internal organs. A heart enlarged to the size of 2 adult fists, increased pulmonary function, etc. All the contents of stomach are remains of undigested human flesh, most probably belonging to the deceased. Bite marks visible upon his arms. Probably been gnawing his own arms, okay? Mutation area, overall. Amalgamation of human and porcine internal organs. 2-chambered stomach with significantly increased capacity. Unnatural tissue fusing hooves with the body. Heads joined together in a shape worse than any nightmare. Okay, that sounds unpleasant. Brain, drowner's tongue. Hence my Witcher references. Not sure what a big old scary skull is doing there, but there's a brain on there. Collecting a pocket full of brains, apparently. Oh, that's the one I was in. Okay, this is easy, okay. All brains. Experimental treatment report. Received 3 patients with mild Red Death symptoms. Tested new treatment using Weird Beast bone meal. Patient 1 had typhoid, not the Red Death, burned body. Patient 2, by day 3, acted erratically, scratching, pulling her hair, and screaming. By day 5, she nearly broke free before her heart failed. Her autopsy may yield more valuable insights. Patient 3, at little effect, disease progresses at usual pace, but his mind is clear. I'll continue observing. Conclusion, despite mixed results, don't consider the treatment a failure. If adverse effects are reduced, this could be closer to a cure. Well, it wasn't a complete disaster, I suppose. I don't really know what I need a basket for. I don't think I want that. Yeah, it's not worth anything, really. Arthur drop, okay. More brains. Brains all over the place in here. It's not creepy at all. Yeah, still got 14 lockpicks. It's a little bit sensitive and jumpy, the lockpick mechanism in this. Why is she glowing? Oh, this is grim, as everything in this place is. Father Vaughan's notes. So that lady whose letter we read earlier mentioned Father Vaughan. Catherine, that was her. Catherine Guscard, female, 22, short, skinny, 7 months pregnant. Symptoms typical of Red Death, pale spots on the face, neck and arms. Cause of death, childbirth. Exposure to the weirdness might have altered the woman's psyche, anger outbursts, melancholia. As for physical alteration, the fetus seemed to be much more affected by the weirdness than the mother, as if it absorbed it all. After the first standard session, fetus started to grow rapidly. After the second session, its mass had tripled. It needed to be extracted from the womb. Mother did not survive the procedure. Torso and head of fetus were unnaturally overgrown, but his limbs were weak and flabby. Despite monstrous appearance, it turned out to be of good viability. More research on subject 038 to follow. Wonderful. Ooh. Catherine died in childbirth at the asylum. Should I tell her husband the truth? Well, the truth... Yeah, I've got a sneaking suspicion she was exposed to the weirdness by this Father Vaughan, and it led to her death. So mining is a thing, and I'm not sure what one can get out of it. Access to a room unexpectedly, apparently.
Investigate our son. You will burn.
We'll see about that.
Sacrifice to the prophet. Your fate is sealed.
Oh, he got me a little bit there. Whew. Okay. Coins, daggers. Clothes are not doing so great, apparently. Probably because I beat them up. Whew. Got a little bit exciting there, didn't it? So I've been in there. Okay, so. Not like I can do anything there. Blood transfusions. This is a new spell I have learnt now. So, if I take that out, which I'm going to do, I'm going to put blood transfusion in on the left, dagger on the right. So this light caster throws a small burning projectile. A heavy one throws a large burning ball of fire that does area effect damage. Blood transfusion. A light cast does damage and applies bleed. And a heavy cast is channeled and drains health from the target and heals me. Bit of a vampire's effect there. Brother Cyril's prayer. Guide me with thy words among thy flock, which must be brought back to the threshold of thy sacred fold, so that they may know grace, hear the beating of the bleeding heart of the plague, and contribute to our divine mission. This is my humble plea. Brother Fabius's prayer. Blessed Kai, through whom the word flows within me, grant that my mission in the place called Kuanacht, all right, Kuanacht, I believe so, be met with success, health and divine inspiration. Grant me strength to aid the people of Avalon, touched as they are by the spectre of doom. Odgi, how do you say that? Kai, grant my body and mind resist the influence of red death in this mission I now undertake. Let the word guide my steps with strength and resilience against the plague I seek to shield our people from, and may those I encounter believe in the sincere intentions of our church. Father Gonda's prayer. Older than the others. The time of fire and reckoning is upon us. Time to cleanse the land of vermin defiling it. Let all little druids burn. Kai, let thy word guide us to every den where these wretches hide. Let the land be healed through flame. Ooh. Cassian. Today I pray for your hearing and touch, for the severance of all rotten fruit from our holy institution. Let the pure intent flow through us all. Let the word guide and strengthen the priests of strayed. This is my humble plea. Interesting. Seems like their doctrine is quite intense. Brother Sirius, 33 male, island asylum, stage 5. Self-experimentation, wants to know the patient's perspective. Aim is to gather knowledge about the stimuli our patients experience. Treat like common patient.
Who's there? Forgive me, but my eyes fail me these days. You shouldn't be here. I'm very, very sick.
Well, as we've established, I also have the plague here, the Red Death, so I suppose I can get it twice. Who are you?
I am Brother Sirius. question suggests that you are not one of the Red Priests. Did you escape yourself? You really should have stayed there. We can't let the plague spread any further. Although, I understand.
Understand what? Why are you locked up? Can you need help? You understand what?
All of it. The patience. The madness around. Somewhere along the way, we lost ourselves.
You and Steve?
The mission to find a cure became a burden. I can't tell who you are, but I'm so sorry for all that we've done. It's a shame, but when you're fighting a losing battle, sometimes there's just no other way.
Why are you locked up?
When I discovered that I'd fallen ill, I asked to be placed in a cell. I sought to understand the experiments from the patient's perspective. To learn which stimuli provoke the strongest reactions. And I also wanted to equip my brothers with new tools for their work.
You don't look well. Looks like your illness has progressed quite far. Did the Red Priests really cure the Red Death? Did the Red Priests cure it?
We've had some success, treating it up to the 4th stage. But it's still a gamble. Sometimes we manage to push the disease from stage 3 back to stage 1, only to see it jump to stage 5 as soon as treatment stops. We believe that with the Wyrdness, we could eliminate this randomness.
How would Wyrdness cure the Red Death?
Wyrdness, my child, is pure potential. That's the theory. In practice, we tried to direct its power where we needed it most. The effects, shall we say, varied.
You don't look well. Looks like your illness has progressed far.
4th stage, if I'm not mistaken. We've identified 6, so I'm not far from my end. The 1st stage is the most treacherous, when the symptoms are almost invisible. But that's when the disease spreads fastest.
It's usually the way, actually, with most diseases.
It was the same with me.
It's an adaptive response from them.
From the 2nd to 4th stages, the symptoms become visible. Fever, tooth loss, painful sores, festering wounds that won't heal. The last 2 stages are visceral, the worst possible. The victim's insides burn up, turning to mush.
That's pretty awful.
The brain starts to die, and the body becomes a mindless shell. That's what's ahead of me. May the Prophet's word be a safe haven for you.
Right, and this is the disease I also have. Yay. Yes, got some useful bits and pieces there, probably. Weapons, magic, armor, potion, consumable, crafting, readables, quest items, recipes, other. Encyclical of the Second Pope. Yet many are unruly, corrupt and indolent, though they claim to know the Prophet, their deeds betray them. Their minds are sullied, and the Prophet sees all. As punishment, their skin is marred by red marks, festering and flaking. The Red Death not only claims their lives, but damns their souls. Yet hope remains for the impure. The prophet declares, renounce unruliness, dishonesty, and indolence. Embrace my word in your heart, and your soul will be purified as mine was. The prophet warns, trust in my disciples as you trust in me. To harm them is to harm me, and you'll be punished accordingly. Well, I guess I'm in trouble then.
Stay alert.
They can't cure it. We've got that much.
Soul is unshaken. You will burn.
Drain his health to claim to heal myself.
Purge the unclean.
Yeah, he got me a little bit, but oh. I'm not sure about the zombie thing per se. It sort of burns you up from the inside and then you die, right? And your insides are destroyed. Like the exact mechanism I'm not quite sure about at this point. It would stand to reason that the zombies would be the result of the plague, I suppose. I'm a lot louder than the dialogue. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to be, but there's not. Let's have a look at it, shall we? No, not that button. Right. So I'm gonna need to go up there. Try. That. See if that's a little bit better. Hard to tell. I'm gonna find out in a minute anyway. Look at those jars, see if they're worth having or not. I'm guessing not. No, I didn't really think so. Letter. It is time, my brothers, you cry, woe is us. We escaped death only for it to follow us here to Avalon. But I say, all is not lost. We have been delivered to our salvation, to the one place we can fight the Red Death and win. For Avalon holds what our homelands did not, the Wyrdness. While many see the Wyrdness as a curse, I believe it is our path to survival. We must not fear it, but welcome it. This can heal us. Seek the edge of Wyrdness, embrace it, let it cure our afflictions. To the brave and the faithful, spread the word. Prepare your tools, cast out doubt and fear. Open your minds to the Wyrdness as a saving grace. So I'm somewhat inclined to believe that. He did say 6 was being a mindless husk, did he? Oh, okay. I misinterpreted that or misheard it or something. Wine, potion, swift steps. History of the asylum. I'll look at that in a minute. There's a couple of things I want to check. It's the consumable crafting. 4 meters of crafting thing, apparently. I assume brains are as well. Blood clots are. Collected quite a few brains, but I don't see them here. Oh, I see they're down here in the alchemy section. That's fine. I'm not sure I'd want to craft cook a tongue, but okay. Jump back to the history of the asylum in a minute. Movement speed. Cool. How's my carry weight looking? Yeah, it's ticking up, but... Ooh, oh, it's an arrow. I thought it was something else for a minute. Right. Books. The prophet instructed her disciples, go to the marshes where those marked by the plague await death, aid them and build an asylum, and keep your peace for their bodies and souls. Oh, keep peace for their bodies and souls. As long as my teachings live in your hearts, so shall I. Upon her last breath, the acolytes buried her upon the Isle of the Dead, and then went to the dark morass to build a lazaret, as she commanded. One day, King Arthur heard a voice from the prophet's tomb. Opening the coffin, he found not bones, but a beautiful woman seemingly taken by death in a peaceful slumber. When her words resounded, Arthur, the plague is a trial for all. My disciples brave the marshes, preaching humbly, and yet ask for nothing in return. I asked for a place worthy of their sacrifice. Arthur granted her request, directing Morgaine to vacate the Fore-Dweller ruins on the Isle of the Dead for the Red Priests to continue their service. Interesting. Burning Ember. I already have that spell, so... I've just got that spell again, haven't I? Yeah. Okay. Here is an alchemy station. No items to craft yet, apparently. So it claims. So I'm pretty sure I do. Ninian.
You're not one of them.
Nope, I am not.
Please, free me.
Get you out of the chains or release. If I release you, you'll spread the plague.
But that's not the freedom I need. You have to kill me.
Who?
And when it's done, please, take my tags to the Horns of the South. Let Fergus know I didn't run.
And the Horns of the South, Fergus, okay. Who's Fergus? Don't have it in me to kill you, it's who I am. I understand your pain, close your eyes. Who is Fergus?
He's the quartermaster of the Horns of the South. It's a keep. If you make
Okay.
it out, you should be able to see its lighthouses from the beach.
I see. Okay, let's put him out of his misery if that's what he wants.
May the All-Mother bless you.
It's better than the alternative, I guess. His tag and torn keeper pants. Okay. Those are slightly heavier greaves, apparently. Because that takes me up to medium, but I don't want to be medium. I want to be at light. So, in order to reduce that, I'm going to have to change my shoes, I think. There we go, yeah. So, presumably light, medium, and then heavy encumbrance will be up there. Interesting. Union's tag. Okay. Alright. Unlock. Requires laboratory key. I don't think I'd want to be in a laboratory. Certainly not one in this place. The general rule. To Brother Sefton. Venerable Brother Sefton, I'd like to remind you what I have mentioned numerous times before, that the alchemical station should be cleaned after each use, especially when you are so careless with caustic and toxic substances. I also recommend that you refresh your elementary knowledge about the ingredients of a healing concoction. These are alcohol and sage, not poisonous plants and hearts. If this kind of negligence continues, I will be forced to ask Father Vaughan to revoke your privilege to use the laboratory. May the word of the prophet be your grace, Brother Aaron, I think, huh? Okay. So, I think we just got a recipe, didn't we? There is a third-person perspective, yes. I can run around looking like this. It's not designed for use in third person. It was added as an accessibility feature and is not good, apparently. So yeah, the game's definitely just not designed to be played that way. So, small health potion. Nice. It's slightly better. It's a regular one. Cool. So I can make mana potions with moonshine and burdock, apparently. There's my bit of alchemy done. What we can do for now. Good for photo mode? Not really, no. Because, undo this. My character's there. But I can't turn around and look at the front of my character. If I can, I don't know how, anyway. There is actually a photo mode. It's not very good, though. You can pose, change the brightness, contrast, and saturation, and put a filter on. But the controls, the camera is still, again, moving in a 3D space, which is very, very annoying. And it's a solid object. Look, it hits the wall and then bounces around. But I can't go in and out with a great deal of ease. Sort of can, but it's like not really very practical to control, and I can't get a decent... Yeah, it's awful. But if I want to take pictures of the environment, I'll just hide the HUD and do it that way.
Sage and alcohol. It's the simplest recipe. I can't believe I have to keep repeating myself.
You know how the young ones are. They dream of dissecting Fore-Dwellers, yet they can't remember the basics.
Before you build a castle, you must first know how to fling a shed together.
I agree. The fundamentals are essential. But the world is moving forward, and the young are eager to make their mark as quickly as possible.
Any novice who can't remember the recipe for a basic healing potion has no business near our patients.
Absolutely. It wouldn't be wise or beneficial to our patients. Brewing a simple healing potion doesn't require advanced training.
There we are. Key to the laboratory back there, but I don't really need it right now. Yeah. Well, guess we're not going this way then. Shovel, nice. It's behind passage number 1. Judging by the fact we're going down and backwards, I think probably where those guys were chatting. Appear to have been clocked.
You'll suffer for your sins. The prophet wants you dead.
The prophet can eat my ass.
You'll suffer for your sins.
Ah! One of them got me there. Run away! One of them seems to be on the brink of death. Yeah, those look like they're not doing so hot either. See if we can't change this up and she did, and me healed a little. That's just as well, because I'm going to drain the life out of you to heal myself. And I can't imagine it's going to be much fun. I don't think so. Ring around the roses, which is a really inappropriate song given where we actually are right now.
We'll send you into the abyss.
Let's hit him with a spell that's going to make him bleed a little bit. While he bleeds, I was hoping my little stabby stab would get him there. Ooh, there's a full wooden club. Oh well. Lovely. Right, where are our didders then? We station there. Creepy as fuck. The sound level's a bit better now. That's when it really needs checking. I can't check it, obviously. My eyes are a little bit otherwise engaged. Blood, heart and guts. Alchemy of viscera. Lovely. Kielmund the Scarlet is the author. An alchemist with the craftness embrace the visceral. There's no greater power than the lifeblood freshly torn from a creature's chest cavity. Wonderful. The viscera contains strength unmatched by any plant, no matter how sacred. Trees neither feel nor fight. They lack the instincts that create true potency. The rage of a cornered beast, its will to survive. These produce strong ingredients for the potions that can push humans beyond their limits. Those who only work with delicate herbs refuse to acknowledge this primal truth. Alchemy binds us to the creatures we hunt, transforming their fear into fury and awakening the beast within. To reject this is to deny alchemy's essence. It is through blood and viscera that we transcend our fragile natures, wielding potions forged from the raw, unyielding power of life itself. Sounds better? Good. Good. So, recipes. I can currently craft cabbage rolls, mashed tatties, an onion bun, health and increases stamina regen. More interested in this, I think. Let's, okay. Don't know how that went, but we've got a bit of food on there, so who's saying that? Might be worth having a look at some of this so that I can... no, my health is pretty good. There's not much point wasting it right now. Okay, what else have we got? This reminds me of the beginning of... the fuck is it? Maybe not. What game was it? Kingdoms of Amalur. That's what it was. You start that game out a little bit on the dead side too. Monster brain and hot goo. Fish eyes and fish oil. Can 55 to 60 mile roscary. Stage 2, severed anterior part of frontal lobe, didn't affect the progression of Red Death symptoms. Patient is prone to self-harm. Oh, great, so they lobotomized him and it didn't help. Really terribly surprised by that particular turn of events, I've got to say. Outcome, anyway. Yeah, it's been a while since I played any of that, but... There you go, he's, I see, he's, just catatonic staring at the wall. Wonderful. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hear me.
Cell's open, you can go now.
Can go now. Now.
What have you done to yourself? Nothing. Okay. What have we got here? Female, 43, Whitefield, stage 5, severe disability due to nerve damage and muscular atrophy. In event of emergency procedure, follow enhanced protective measures to ensure safety of all brothers involved. Poor bastard of his misery, I'd be tempted.
You're not a priest. Get out of here. Go away before they see you with me.
Well, what do they think what do you think they're gonna do and do what? I wanna help you.
Help? There's nothing wrong with me anymore. The priests cured me, you see. I just need a few days to recover, and then I'll be able to go home.
You don't look cured.
I look much better already. In a few days, you won't even see a trace of the illness.
My mistake.
See? I don't need your help.
Yeah, about that. Oh, one more. Ooh, theft skill went up. Yeah, I'd be tempted to put the pulsar out in the misery, but I don't know enough about the game yet and what the consequences might be. Pictish experiment subject first note. Records, Syria, Pict, female, approximately 30 years old, found among the deceased in Kuanacht. Red stage death under observation, suspected innate immunity. Experiment 1. Seems Kai has blessed us. We've never had a Pictish patient before. She seems found in a village with a severe outbreak, but shows no symptoms, not even early ones. Brother Crispus has ordered observation, but what if she never falls ill? The patient exhibits visible mutations from the Wyrdness. Horns on her head are remarkable. We should be more cooperative. Surely she holds the knowledge we lack. I've tried to persuade her, but she remains defiant. Why? Lives are at stake. She called us children stumbling in the dark, so why won't she help us? We attempted to introduce the Red Death by injecting her with blood from a stage 5 patient. This caused an initial violent reaction. You don't fucking say. But after 3 days with basic healing potions, she stabilised and shows no symptoms. Less of a patient, more of a subject, and I'm conflicted about that fact. But the Crispus took her away 2 days ago. I'm worried she won't return, but she's back. I did worry. I worried, past tense, that she won't return, but she's back. He seemed thrilled, citing an innate response to Wyrdness, and is ready to proceed. He forbade me from documenting it. Sia seems quieter. I should check on her. Yeah. This has left attempting to cure the illness far behind and just gone into straight-up abuse, really, hasn't it? Exactly keeping to a Hippocratic oath, these folks, are they? Another Cassian. Sitting on the floor of a cell with a hole in the wall. And no shirt.
I've already told you everything, I swear. Wait, you're not... You're a prisoner. Go. Escape while you still can.
Everything you say, I'm listening.
You want to know about our failure? There's nothing left to say. We can't help you anymore. Run away from here.
Well, would you help us after we've experimented on it? Yeah, exactly. Talk or I'll make you talk. Tell me about your failure. You can skip the words. Tell me about your failure.
We wanted a better asylum. Something better than we had under Vaughn's control. He's the one responsible for the torture.
Father Vaughn, we read about him.
Sick experiments.
Better asylum?
We really wanted to help those people. We wanted to improve their condition. But we knew with Father Vaughn in charge, nothing would change. We wanted to get rid of him. Poison him. But somehow he found out. At least about me. I'm not sure about the others. I never said anything about them.
One of them must have revealed it. Not only a red priest, you're a traitor too. Changes sound good, shame it didn't work out. Changes sound positive, given what we know this guy's been leading his followers to do.
A shame, yes. Maybe we waited too long. We knew Vaughn was a madman, but we were afraid. We didn't know how many supported his methods. Turns out it was only a few, but it was enough.
Well, you should have been a little bit more subtle and, you know, don't tell untrustworthy people about your plans. You can escape the way it's clear.
I won't make it. Besides, they threw me into a cell that once held a patient in the final stages of the disease. I'm probably sick already.
Yeah, I'm supposed to clean the cells.
Don't worry about me. I'm not worth it.
I don't know a great deal about how the disease is transmitted and the like. I do know I have it, which is not good. Okay, let's try up first. Oh, I see where I am. I'm back in the laboratory, and the guy I killed here is gone. It's not creepy at all. Okay, man, what's down then? At least where they were dumping the bodies. No, it's the top where they... Oh, I remember where I'm here. Where they're dumping the bodies from. Okay, right. What's going on here?
And who the hell are you? Another one of those red dogs? Say a prayer to your goddess and get ready to die, scum.
Yeah, it does look better. Wait, I'm not a red priest, I'm a prisoner like you. I didn't like your tone. He looks like a badass, to be honest. I'm not a red priest, I'm a prisoner.
Why are you dressed in their bloody rags?
Did you see the clothes they gave me?
See you bear the marks of torture too. Maybe the priest messed with your mind, because one more moment and you'd be dead.
Yeah, my little wandering around earlier, Cal, and a quick eyeball of a couple of other bits and pieces to kind of get stuff set up, told me that there's actually quite a lot to this place. This dungeon is just the prologue section, and it's pretty freaking huge. Or it's not even the whole prologue section. There's more prologue when we get out of the dungeon. So, yeah, there's a lot down here. We don't know who'd be the one lying here. Oh, let's see. Maybe the rest of your mind, because there's one more moment and you'd be dead. Okay. Don't know if I'd be dead or you would. What were they doing to you? You reckon I was torturing you because you've been tortured, or what were they doing to you?
Nothing good. They thought they'd break me fast, like some Kamelot wimp. Big mistake on their part. Besides, I doubt they were waking you up with a kiss on your forehead either.
What's your name?
Conher, from the
Conher, huh?
If you hadn't already guessed that much.
Delrata, I think you said it was. Tell me about the tribes.
Really? Now's a good time for a chat. You think the red pricks will just wait around while we gab?
Probably, yeah.
If you make it to the Forlorn Swords, you'll meet the tribes. Right now, you'd better focus on getting your arse out of here.
If you're so brave and strong, how did they catch you?
Great bloody difficulty, that's how. Those bastards laid a trap, hoping I'd be easy pickings. They ended up needing damn near a full army to take me down.
Really? Don't look like someone who falls into traps all that easily.
There was mead. There were women. One thing led to another,
That'll do it.
and I woke up with my pants around my ankles, surrounded by gobshites in red.
Oh dear.
Fighting with me bare arse hanging out, and I still managed to kill a dozen of them. Useless knobs. Someone must have put something in the mead.
You've seen a hooded man with a bow help me escape.
I don't know. Barely saw anything, because I was either knocked out or had blood in my eyes. You're lucky to have someone risking their own arse to help you out.
Their arse, apparently.
No time for a chinwag, just get the hell out of here.
And he's gone. Conher, whatever you say it. Anyway, warrior of the Darth, known for strength and resilience, captured by Red Peace for experimentation, he escapes, leaving his captors dead. Speaks bluntly and values action over words, showing respect only to those who prove themselves in battle. Yeah, he looks like a badass, all right. Endured both war and torture, neither of which has broken him, doesn't dwell on the past and waste no time on idle talk. So to him, survival is simple. Fight, endure, and never let the enemies have the final blow. Undead. Death is not always the end. For those whose bodies are defiled by necromancy or twisted by the Wyrdness, death is the beginning of something far worse. Undead are mindless husks, stripped of soul and will, hollow of their humanity. They move only by the magic that binds them. They feel no pain, know no fear, crave nothing. Should be, except to feed, tear, and obey masters who care nothing for them. Who they once were. Come on, put those words in the right order. No longer matters. Now they are empty vessels, cursed to wander Avalon until time or steel finally reduces them to dust. Conher, 42, human male, Delriata, Gunvalde tribe, Red Death stage, not applicable. No signs of Red Death in like skin discoloration, inflammation or fever. Remarkable physical resilience and strength, severe aggression. Administer high doses of sedatives, assure patient well restrained, approach with utmost caution. So that's the sort of cell they put him in, huh? Somebody in there. Holy shite balls. Species, Bugain. Caution, infected Bugains may spread illness through airborne droplets as they exhale, particularly when breathing becomes laboured. Staff must wear enchanted full-body protective suits. Gloves must be reinforced with anti-piercing materials given the Bugain's powerful bite. Should have checked the lock. The classification of the lock being hard there. Ooh, that's a health ring. It's tucked away in the corner, and it's kind of easy to overlook that. Yeah, it's a little too aggressive, the controls on that. Skyrim's, which is obviously modelled on, is not quite so aggressive. 5 to max health, don't mind if I do. Excuse me. Xion, 74, male from Fernwood, Rid's Death Stage 3. Well-defined skin lesions, raised borders, loss of sensation in affected areas due to nerve involvement. Maintain safe distance when possible to reduce risk of droplet transmission. Make sure he doesn't spit on me, basically.
Are you trying to escape, my child? That's very brave of you, I must say.
Escape together and asking for your opinion. Do you want to escape or not? We should escape together.
Escape? Me? But this is exactly where I should be. I appreciate your offer, but I believe fate has brought me here for a reason. That's why I'll stay and see what happens.
What can happen besides torture?
You say? That's very interesting. I haven't experienced any torture here. I know that whatever ails me, the Red Priests will do everything they can to heal me.
You'll die if you don't escape.
You'll soon see that things aren't always what they seem at first glance. This way of thinking has never failed me. Safe travels, my child. May fate be on
There's many kinds of mad bastard. He's a very chill kind of mad bastard. But he's still a mad bastard. Oh, then maybe it's not what it seems. I'm sure it'll all be fine. They are literally carving people up, murdering them, and then performing autopsies on people who might not otherwise have died. Maybe they would, maybe not. Exposing them to weird mutagenic magical energies. Just to see what the fuck happens. Bloodsucker potion increases lifesteal. Not craft anything else there right now. Any food I can craft? There was a cooking station over here, wasn't there? Not right now, no. Right, and back to where we were. There's definitely whole areas that are well worth having a poke around in here. Ah! There is the bowman. Divination potion, arrows, a very short bow, red priest pants, leather hood, thorn robe, and boots. Cooking pot. So I could set up a bow if I wanted to. Don't have any skills along those lines. So I guess it's just I can zoom slightly with right click, and I can presumably do everything else with left click. I've got one wooden arrow, I think. 16 wooden arrows, okay. So there's a down there to check out. The door that I can't interact with. Wheeling effigy, huh? arrow in his head. This guy looks creepy as hell. Oh, he does not look good. I don't know what made him into whatever he is, but he's got a big sword and fiery badness. Oh, crap. Try and drain some of this guy's health off him. You can see the arrow I launched at him sticking out of his head. Ah, and he hit me with fireballs. Ooh, missed me that time though. Oh, show it. Missed. Let's keep our distance from that guy. Oh, we managed to fire a fireball right through a solid wall. Woo! Oh, he got me. You got me. Ooh. I don't know if my strategy is exactly efficient, but oh, he shot me again. Woohoo! Aha! Got ya! And we leveled. Nice. Woo! Ah, that was a good fight. That was definitely a good fight. Notes of a man sinking into despair, broken arrow, dull broadsword, grief-torn armor, and some bits and pieces. I'm pretty sure that broadsword is going to be a big old two-hander that I don't have any skill in, so that's unfortunate. I'm also not really sure that armor is going to be of a heavy variety. Increases my max health. Puts me up to medium. To reduce my dodging ability. No change to mana, stamina, regen, attack speed, casting speed, dash speed, movement speed. And I only get 2 dashes. So it's technically better. Thorn, tunic, rope. There we go. But on light, I get 20% increase to mana regen, stamina regen, attack speed, casting speed, dash speed, which are all very useful to me. And I get an extra dash, so I will probably keep that as is and not go medium. There's a red priest corpse here with a whole bunch of stuff I can take off him. Welcome back now. Just out on a good fight there. Mrs. So it depends how far you've got, I guess. Probably not, though. It is a testament to the advantages of taking your time and exploring, though. Yeah, looks like that guy broke out and presumably this wailing effigy did a number on everybody in the area. So, yeah, there is another tunnel to explore. Oh, that's the girl we heard about. The Pict who's being experimented on. See ya.
Stay back. I may not be in top shape, but I can tear you to pieces if I have to.
It's alright, I'm not with the priests. Here, this should help speed up your healing. It's alright, I'm not with the priests. Here, this should help you speed up healing. Let's see if we can't get her on side and offer a healing potion. Small health potion, I've got 11, so...
It should, although I admit that the past few weeks have made me hate the taste.
Yeah.
Still, thank you. There isn't much kindness going around this place. It wouldn't be very gracious of me not to repay it, would it? Take this. It might prove useful for you.
It's alright, I'm not with the
So,
priests.
you escaped too? Huh. They're having quite a day. Good. I hope it gets even worse. This whole place is mad. From a safe distance this time.
Oops. Slight error there. Devour them? Why do you say that? How did you get caught in the first place? Devour them? Why do you say that?
They play with powers they don't understand. Trying to wrangle the Wyrdness into obedience is a fool's dream. The Wyrdness might listen, but blind obedience is not in its nature.
Should have just stopped at weird, not weirdness. A big undead dude with like lots of burnt, splotchy skin and some big armor and a two-handed sword that came at me and threw fireballs at me too. Yeah, good fight. I went ring around the roses around a couple of pillars until I was dodging his fireballs and he kept missing me, and I just drained the health off him as he occasionally clipped me and whittled him down. It's good. How did you get caught in the first place?
Same as you, I guess. Wrong time, wrong place. I was wandering through Kunakt and got caught in an outbreak.
Kunakt, okay then.
I was kept with the rest at first, but when they figured out I was a Pict, well, then I deserved special treatment. One of the priests took me to a place so thick with weirdness, it scared me. I needed to get away, otherwise I don't know what would have happened. I just know whatever it wasn't for me.
So, priests are taking her to a place thick with weirdness. We also heard about that pregnant girl who was exposed to weirdness, causing her child to mutate. So it begs the question, was she exposed to the weirdness on her way to the asylum? Or in some way prior to getting there? Or was she deliberately exposed to it by Father Vaughn, who we know was doing some pretty fucked up shit? Why do you have horns on your head?
Why indeed? Perhaps it's a test of patience. My hair tangles mercilessly around them. I even need to wear head wraps to hide them. I hate wearing head wraps.
So she gave me a lesser mana ring. Okay. Nice. I'll take that for sure. All much stuff there. So that's worth 1. So let's drop that. Worth very much, really, is it? But carry weight looking not fantastic, but not terrible either. More Red Guard's armor, but I don't want that. Yeah, I'm currently wearing a robe, but there's also the Red Priest's tunic, which is same, except it doesn't have the dangly parts. It just stops at the waist and looks like that. I'll wear the robe myself. And I've currently got Thorn Keeper's pants on, which have a little extra armour around the knees. I'd like to wear the bigger boots because they look better, but can't have everything. You know what the game needs? It needs, amongst other things, an option for outfits as well as armour. Notes of a man sinking into despair. I once thought everything would turn out fine. The time was on my side. As I grew older, I'd see more and more catch up to everything. 14 days ago, my beloved Eli arrived at the asylum with our sons. It's the 4th stage. I went to say goodbye, knowing how it will end for me. As I write this for myself, which means for no one, as I am becoming nothing. If the Prophet Kai grants me grace, then let her bless me with the grace and curse of fierce tears. For I do not go gentle into that night. I will rage against the dying of the light. I feel like I've heard that phrase before somewhere. So I've got available attribute points to upgrade my... So that's my base stats. And then there's also something else as well. I don't know how to find it. There we go. So Red Death. No cure. You're sick and will soon die. Optimal dash. How many times in a row you can dash without penalties, I see. How am I supposed to open? Well, I know if I press P, it opens up this menu, which has a skill tree in it, but I don't know how to find it any other way, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And then we've got strength-based skills, endurance-based skills, dexterity-based skills, like parry, attack speed, movement, and bows. Spirituality, which gives me skills with wands and cubes, summoning, combat, and general buffs. I'm going to have to look through all of this eventually. And supposedly I've got a point here, 1 point to use. I don't know if it's just there or 1 here and 1 there. I've got to figure all this out at some point. Did just have an idea though. Oh no, that wasn't it. No, okay, it's not there. Right. So that's what she gave me, wasn't it? Okay. There was actually a journal thing about... See ya. Picked too close to an outbreak of the Red Death, fell into the hands of the Red Priest. Much is different. She was taken to the island asylum for special treatment before managing to escape. She speaks of the Wyrdness with understanding rather than fear, accepting its gifts, whether they manifest as resilience, knowledge, or the horns on her head. To her, Wyrdness does not obey, it simply is. Those who try to control it are fools, doomed to be devoured by the forces that they refuse to understand. Probably change out of those robes soon. Well, probably. My armor options are not particularly great at the moment. Ooh, what have we here? A lift of some kind, apparently. Yeah, basically not got much in the way of options apart from Red Priest gear or really awful clothing. And I can put the really awful clothing on if it becomes appropriate, but... Oh my. Medium. It's not medium when you don't even have to move it, is it? This is interesting and a little worrying. There's a dude punching a rock face. He doesn't look like he's going to be very friendly. No, I don't think so. Fanatic brawler, huh?
You will burn. Purge the unclean.
Ooh, you got me, huh?
We'll send you into the abyss. You will burn. Sacrifice to the prophet.
Didn't manage to dodge him, which is a bit annoying.
Fate is sealed.
Ooh, a couple of hits and he did a lot of damage there. I believe I have food somewhere. Biggest fair, let's try that. I don't know how much health I actually have overall. Total 58, okay. So that should be plenty to heal me. We found a crazy guy in the bowels of the asylum who wanted to punch me. Athlete's pride, thorn helmets, worn out leather breastplates, pants and tattered boots. Okay. What we've got here then? Don't really want to wear the thorn helmet. And it's presumably going to make me relatively heavily encumbered anyway. Well, it's quite cool actually. But it would give me receiving melee damage returns physical damage back to the attacker. Well, fucking hell, no wonder it was doing a number on me. So what armor did he have on? He had a worn out breastplate of some kind, didn't he? Worn out leather breastplate. There it is. Bumping me up to medium though, and I'd really rather not go that high. And I got max stamina increased, athlete's pride. I mean, as useful as it is. Tattered boots. Again. And worn out leather pants. None of it really fits with the way I'm playing. I can resort to it if I have to, but I prefer not to. Also pulled a sneaky one from there on him, apparently. Health is nearly restored by the food I munched. I'm guessing, yeah, I could have dropped down directly into here from where I was before. Glad I didn't. Begs the question, what is up the lift? When can I find a torch? I think I might know where I am. I do. By the laboratory. And this door was locked and I couldn't open it from the other side, so it's just a shortcut back. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to be quicker to go the other way to our bow-wielding friend or not, but I know the way this way, so I'm sure I could figure it out the other way as well. Another way. Oh, unless I could do it, then I can't go that way. Yeah. On we go. And it was not quicker by any rationale. Right, recipes. Nope, nothing. Can crouch jump. Might be useful. I already have a shovel, don't I? Yes, I do. To be honest with you, don't really want this. Cool. Have I got in my inventory? Crab, that's it, I think.
You took your sweet time, eh?
Sure did.
But I understand.
2 hours or so?
When I was leaving this place for the first time. You have to admit that the Red Priests are quite resourceful. At least when it comes to death and dying.
He was a prisoner here as well, huh?
Great question. Truly. But in case you hadn't noticed, we're still within the walls of the island asylum.
I had noticed.
Out. Then we can talk.
I recognize his voice.
Leads to the beach. I'll wait for you there until dusk. Good luck.
The actor. I don't know who it is, but I recognize the voice. So he won't talk to me until we get to the beach at dusk, or before dusk. If I'm not there by dusk, I guess he F's off, does he? I mean, he says he's going in. Whether or not he actually will, of course, is an open question. Brick hammer. Not actually a better weapon. Not terribly surprising either. The range isn't that huge then. It's not for the big explodey one. Ooh, right in the ghoulies. A tainted red priest. Yeah, he don't look well, to be honest. It's interesting. Commentary to Brother Justin's Underground Wonders by Brother Abbe. Contrary to Brother Justin's view, the lower level of the island asylum merely contained a vault system under the building complex. It seems to be endless. I even suspect it spans the island and reaches beyond. While Brother Justin's explorations are commendable, he was too ready to view dead ends as final. My research, however, has repeatedly confirmed that many passages he marked as closed off were buried tunnels extending deeper. As our doctrine teaches, persistence brings results. And we've been rewarded. At the end of one such tunnel, dismissed as a dead end, we found a vast chamber, and in its centre, a menhir. A remarkable monument, this menhir is truly an underground wonder, potentially revolutionising our understanding of these statues. I wonder if that means we are treading in the footsteps of Merlin, then. Because he was supposedly used the menhirs as part of his efforts alongside Arthur to restrain the Wyrdness and tame the island. Notes of Father Volard. 3rd of Rowan Moon. This Fore-Dweller diorama unsettles me. Why does it look so dead? Previous depictions showed living beings, and the skulls, so similar to ours, it's eerie. It resembles a menhir, yet menhirs are supposedly raised by Merlin, used by him, I think. I suspect they were pre-existing. The tone of the intro cinematic. But how could ancient Fore-Dwellers foresee what Merlin would create? Last proof, Merlin didn't create the menhirs. There we go. We found one buried in a labyrinth. Brother Hugo is studying it now. If we're the first to explore the island's dead depths, Merlin couldn't have invented the menhirs. Assuming you are the first and he didn't come down here. The truth will shake Avalon's faith in that old charlatan, word of the Prophet K, which will finally prevail. Huh. So the Red Priests and Merlin were at odds, were they? Not terribly surprising, really. I used to crouch jump in other games, but I can't remember how it was done. Anyway, more about it another time. Brother Terrell's diary. Brother Jerry fell into the abyss. May Kai watch over his soul. His sacrifice taught us laying planks won't work. They simply don't hold. There's a fourth block in the passage. The bridge outline is visible, and yet Jer's throwing rocks from in the air. Must be a mechanism or spell that we're missing. Can't give up on it now. The secret's on the other side call to me. First, I'll be the first to cross that bridge, even if it kills me. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal with this bridge is. I do know I can't cross it at the moment. Didn't really think so, but hey. Give it a go. What the fuck is this? Like I'm getting through there either, does it? Guess we might be coming back here later then. Red Priest's corpse, arrows, a bow, hood, and some clothes. And everybody seems to be wearing loincloths in this game. Do people not realise that medieval worlds had slightly more advanced underwear than that? It seems to happen in a lot of games that everybody's underwear is just loincloth. Seriously. Some proper pants, for the love of all that's unholy. Weird plasm. Lovely. Oh, we've got another one. Stabby stab. Yeah, a little bit of controlled movement there. We go quite well. Still not over encumbered. Here we go. So this is where we got to previously. Brother Hugo's diary. Question remains, is there any significance to this men here having 3 arms and not 4? How could we examine it without touching it? Poor Brother Abbe touched it with his bare hands and vanished as though he never existed. Shocked, the Pope forbade anyone from touching it again. I still hear it whispering my name. I know I should report it, but I don't want to. Someday I'll answer his call and claim it was Kai, even if it wasn't. I need to know. Jesus. So this is supposed to be a 3-armed men here, is it? Interesting. Well, Geronimo. There's nowhere else to go, so. Jews were blamed for spreading the weirdness and eventually annihilated during the Charred Conclave. Oh, wonderful. Not only have we got colonialism and slaughter of the natives, we've got religious persecution as well going on in this world. This looks rather interesting. Definite Elden Ring vibes in here. Brother Abbe, there we go. And well for that one, did it? It's the one who disappeared like he was never there, wasn't it? It's not ominous at all, is it? Look at that. Holy shit, this is creepy. What makes what more believable, MD? Context has left to play now, I'm afraid. Especially with my terrible memory. And those words I understand. Right. Gift, peace, fear not. Well, things are looking slightly more hello. What the fuck's that? Alive. Persecution. Well, I suppose. It's a fantasy world, though. It doesn't have to be the same. Take. I saw a take button there. That stone bench.
I've been waiting a long time for someone to find me. Are you here to help me leave this place?
What are you? What is this place? Why are you here? What is this place?
I do not know. I think it is some kind of prison. Deep in the weirdness.
Right. Why are you here?
And you? Why are you here?
I was transported here by morbid statue.
Are men here? That would explain the weirdness surrounding us.
Which is just one world. Yeah. What are you?
I wish I could answer.
I'm not sure I believe this.
Remember, I know I am not complete.
Interesting.
I remember I once knew who I was at some point, but I do not anymore. I just am. But walk with me. Let's find out together, now that I'm free.
Are you free? Right now, I don't know a way out here any more than I think this person did. If they are. Beyond, okay.
I remember arriving on the shores of Avalon. That was the beginning of everything. But there were doubts and questions.
You that Cal?
How does
All the way
it
over
feel
here
to
now.
leave your homeland behind? To keep moving forward, even though every step takes you into the unknown? The
We got a fight
Fore-Dwellers
down there.
quickly made it clear to us. If we wanted to call this place home, we'd have to fight for it, down to the last drop of blood.
So I don't suppose you could approach them as refugees then? You did approach them as conquerors, we know that much. Well, you did end up conquering them. Whether or not that was the only option or not, I don't know. And how that came to pass is an interesting open-ended question at the moment.
In the end, we won the war. Merlin stole the sacred flame of the Fore-Dwellers and ignited the Menhirs,
Sounds like
driving
Merlin,
away
alright?
the mist and clearing the nights of Wyrdness. It was the first time we uncovered the secrets hidden within the Menhirs.
There's a village down there as well as a approach to a castle. That must be a men here there. 1, 2, 3, 4 armed, yeah. 4 armed creepy skeleton thing statue. Yeah, if we go photo mode here, for example. It's problematic in some ways. Much better just really to go into actually the game settings, hit hide HUD, and take a picture. It's annoying to faff around with, but show HUD, there it is. I do wish this controls widget I could turn off.
Still, the land of Avalon honored our toil. It soaked up our sweat, our suffering, and our blood.
Was just over
In
that way
time,
somewhere.
it rewarded us. Here in Avalon, we were given the chance to create great things. Kamelot, the eternal castle, the capital of all humankind, was meant to be a symbol of that.
Like the Kamelot spelt with a K just makes me think of the rock band. Robine, thank you for the sub. Welcome on in. It's a very interesting, creepy-ass magical environment we're supposed to be in. What are these dudes that are holding everything up? These big stone things, are they statues? Are they petrified titans? Are they, Who knows?
We left the homelands to survive. The plague had consumed everything we once knew. We thought we'd
Red
escaped
Death.
it, but the Red Death returned like a spectre to haunt us. Once again, It began to devour our home.
Chop, chop. Now it has followed us all the way to Avalon, apparently. Shall we take these dudes down and see what XP we can from them? I thought we might make our way to this weird temple-looking thing. A boat. Ship of some kind. It's decidedly crown-like. I have a theory. Fore-Dwellers can create things from the weirdness through the power of their will. Very epic music. It's supposed to be Excalibur. After a long fight. Yeah, looks like a crown if ever I saw one. Big spiky one. That's cool. Fallen and broken. Rusty looking crown. Welcome back, Hal. After a long fight, the King of Kings could finally rest in death. Ooh. Viking references here. That's creepy. Cool, but creepy. A bit Geiger-esque in some of this.
Oh, awaken thee, once and future king.
What the fuck was that? The Niflheim-Muspelheim thing is an odd reference in Arthurian based mythology. I would expect to hear it in oh, what the where the fuck am I? Something Norse, but not in this. With it having a more British, Welsh, French vibe. Oh, English, Welsh, French. There's a thing to follow and a marker there. Again, I'm getting big old Geiger vibes here. Yeah, I'm not going to touch anything just yet. Sword, shield. Tracks. Round helm. An eye, and this is where I'm being pointed towards. Blood flowing from an orb, and that's where I appeared, over there. This is definitely getting to be creepy, yeah. Be rude not to, right? Yeah, I suppose they are, but still should be more Nordic, not Saxon or Germanic, though, if it's that. Still doesn't match up.
I am his hunger, the craving for what was beyond reach.
Mind you, it is being made by Polish studio, as I understand it. Bind the soul to the stone. Leave. Sword.
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command.
Leave. So it looks like we'll have to do this in a predetermined order.
I am his hunger, the craving for what was beyond reach.
Maybe the lake as a Geiger-esque lake of blood is an interesting thought, yeah. Bind the soul to the stone.
I am the price paid for touching the unreal.
This doesn't sound good. I think I will be coming back here again.
Yes. I can see through the mist, but it's still all so unclear. I've dreamt of countless deaths for such a long time. Yes, it's time to wake.
What the fuck have I done?
I am Arthur Pendragon. I led humans to Avalon shores. I built the great halls of Kamelot. Thank you for bringing me here. I believe I owe you, young one.
It's not my king, didn't really have a choice. Ooh. I think we're going to find out there's more to Arthur and what's been going on than meets the eye, but we already know there's a heavily colonial element to Moon's arrival on Avalon shores. Also, possibly not much choice, given that they were trying to flee the Red Death, so... I'm going to be... It's an honour making for now, but we'll see where it goes. That may not persist.
I appreciate it, but let us leave decorum and honours for times of leisure. For now,
Leisure.
we need to make way for Avalon.
Especially if he's
I
a
have to
European
see my
king.
kingdom again. I trust you'll accompany me, or would you rather stay in this wretched place?
I was thinking suspicion you aren't leaving without my help. What is this place?
I am not sure. Yet I learned to be grateful of fortunate outcomes. even if they come unexpected. It seems to be a place located between life and death. Or maybe a place that can defy death. But why was it created? By whom and when? These
Looks like it was created by H.R. Geiger to me. Although, Arthur being stuck somewhere between life and death, and dying but not getting to pass on, that's consistent.
Trust me, I wish I knew.
Yeah, I assume there's a...
Death. Then darkness, a terrible loneliness.
Some weirdness going on, I'm sure.
Ages of solitude.
No pun intended.
These are all the details I have. Perhaps, in time, I'll remember more. But that's enough questions for now. Let us walk together and see the kingdom forged so long
Yeah,
ago.
dude's been dead 600 years. I wouldn't expect to bump into him, I have to admit.
My people in Avalon finally live in peace and prosperity.
Yeah, about that, buddy.
I must see the legacy of the age of conquest with my own eyes. My Kamelot in all its glory. What is happening? No.
I have more bad feelings about this.
I am not whole. You have only freed a part of me.
So far.
Not strong enough. For now, I will have to journey by your side until my strength returns. I'll see the world through your eyes. In return, I'll lend you what strength I have.
Oh great, I'm about to get possessed by the ghost of King Arthur. I'm not sure I'm keen on this, especially given his conquering whole thing going on. Not no, I'm not keen on this.
Like it or not, fate has bound us together. Best to make the most of it. I think you'll find I can be quite helpful.
Yeah, that wasn't my problem.
By the look of your skin and by the cured tone of your hands, I've helped you out already.
Okay, fair enough.
My legacy through the eyes of another, a true picture of Avalon, not one crafted specifically for the king, may prove to be an interesting experience.
Let's make way for Avalon then.
What an adventure this will be.
Quests. Great escape. Knights will meet after he escaped the island asylum. A world to win. Arthur asked me to find more pieces of his soul in order to bring him back. Wyrdness power received, huh? This is not going to be a good idea, is it? Okay, maybe it's an okay idea. I'm guessing that's his corpse in there that we can just about see a bit of. Shoes are never going to be clean again. Oh. I bet that's Excalibur up there. Which, to be honest, doesn't really look like the kind of sword you'd want to use, what with the handle being covered in fucking thorns. You know what, you can keep it. Exit stage left. The light of the menhirs is fading. Without them, Wyrdness will shroud the island again. Interesting. As Merlin nicked some light from the whatever they're called. The folks who were the native people of the island, and some light from them, or fire from them, or something, and used it to ignite the the menhirs, which drove the Wyrdness back. You've unlocked your first soul fragment. From now on, you can safely enter the Wyrdness and interact with various machinery left behind by the Fore-Dwellers. That's it, Fore-Dwellers. Additionally, the power of King Arthur has healed you from the Red Death. Well, that's a start. At least I'm not dying of a horrible zombie plague. Oh, I see. I'm out the back here. Because that was where the menhir was, down there, but I can't go that way now. The one from the stone or the one from the lake? I don't know, I don't really want either one. All those spiky bits. Yes. I think Excalibur's supposed to be the one from the lake, isn't it? And the one from the stone is actually a different sword, I think. I'm not sure about that. I don't know the Arthurian legends all that well, to be honest. Technically speaking, although everybody assumes they're British stories and legends and stuff, they're not. They're French. They just have to be set over here. Of course, the converse side of that is they do stem from a time period when France and Britain were basically the same country, so there is also that. But yeah, when you actually look at the stories and stuff, there's an awful lot of French to it. For a British story, you know. Oh man, there's a big Cyclops thing pushing something down there. What the fuck this is, but it's creepy AF. Cornered Cyclopses. We'll get a decent picture of those, but I don't think I am really, am I? Yeah, I got no idea what this particular piece of Gaia-esque crazy is. It's beyond the bridge. I'm not entirely sure if that's actually true, Emmy. I'm not sure the history actually ties to that. Either way, British origin of it is long since dead. Much less of that left than there is of the French twisting of it. Yeah, is it though? Because the whole thing is claims to be that, but it's always been French despite that, so... It's been passed off as a British story for centuries, Celtic origins and stuff, but it... not the case. Oh, I can interact, cool. We created the Titans, for we need their work. Guard the peace of the working Titans, for without them we would not have the power within our walls. Away from Tuathan? Only the power of what is underground allows us to reach where the Wyrdness does not. Even when we leave, the Titans will not stop working. It is how they were created. With their power, one day we will manage to learn what lies beyond the sea. Yeah, interesting. French have also Celtic roots. Pretty sure the French have roots of the devil's loins to thank for their existence. We must abandon the vision because what is beyond the sea came to us and we do not want it. We must leave to defend ourselves. They are coming, the Titans will stay. Frankly, I know sort of all about French history, really. Other than, you know, they are very good at losing to the English. I know that. After all, it's the only history that matters, really. Oops. Oh, well, that doesn't look good. King's power. Soul fragments grant you a measure of King Arthur's power. Oh, cool. Activate soul fragment with mouse button 5 to experience temporary effects such as increased damage or slowed time. Rest as a bonfire and select appropriate option to recharge King's power. Okay. Temporal hold. Ow. This is not going so hot. That went very poorly. Yeah, but he was Viking descended, so he doesn't count. And he wasn't part of the French nation either, so still doesn't count. And lost checkpoint. That's alright. French and Scottish, they all will get beaten by Englishmen. That's what they're for. Not particularly concerned. It's target practice after all. Now then, does this power recharge or not? Still legal to shoot a Scotsman from the walls of York with a longbow? Probably. Probably should be anyway. Ooh, that still got me. Not sure how this is still hitting me, but... And I got killed. What am I doing up top here? It's mean to direct hits, yeah, but it didn't seem to be immune to the AoE because I need to hit... I'm pretty sure I need to hit the area at the back of it. But... I can't do that because he turns around too quick. Be assertive, apparently. Nah, looks we're just as barbaric as the rest of you. Savages. We bring you civilization, and this is the thanks we get. How many hundreds of years and you still haven't become civilized? Shocking. The only time a Welshman said hit that was when he was talking about a sheep. How you doing, Asbo? Yeah, pillar should be solid cover, you'd think. This is a pretty cool portal. Didn't think that'd work for a minute. This looks suspiciously like it might be a beach of some kind. My next question then is how exactly did our archer friend get out here? So you need to go this way, and then we find this whole thing with, oh my god, that looks interesting, with King Arthur, and we require Arthur's power in order to, oh, nice sage, wonderful, it's healing potions, in order to escape, and yet our archer friend seems to have managed to get out just fine. Mind you, I suppose the Red Priests get in and out somehow, so... Giant Sentinel, forged by the Fore-Dwellers, towering construct, forgotten remnant of fallen empire. Mindlessly guarding abandoned secrets. Its massive frame of stone and crystal looms like a living mountain, every movement resonating with the weight of the land itself. A single strike from its colossal fists can crush careless trespassers, while crystalline claws slice through armor and stone with ease. Knows no fear nor mercy, only the eternal command to protect, ensuring whatever lies beneath the ruins remains sealed from the world above. Anyway. I am tracking that quest, but there's no hint as to where I need to go. No quest markers, that's interesting. Half Welsh. What's t'other half? Sheep. I'm running out of inappropriate jokes now. Probably a good thing, really. Worn out leather pants and tattered boots. To build about tattered boots, I'm curious as to whether those worn out leather pants are of any particular value. Same as every other pair of pants I've got, but apart from the armoured trousers I'm currently wearing. Getting oppressed from every direction at that point, really, aren't you? I feel so very shocking. We could think of something inappropriate to say there, but it kind of falls apart when I've got Irish ancestry. Somewhere. On my mother's side, I believe. Ah, it looks like a boat with a dude waving at me on it. Right, we'll go and have a look at that in a minute. Drives off the house here, very likely. So you can go back to what? Kicking bladders around and boiling stuff in sheep's stomachs and so on and so forth. It's just no helping some people, is there? Worn out leather pants. Flame resin. Coats weapon for 60 seconds, presumably inflicting fire damage. I assume our friend the archer let us out of the cell and then just left us to wander alone. 2 lockpicks, huh? Is going to take us off this island. I think that was the gist of the plan. Sheep's head. Sounds terrible. At least as food goes. I'm sure sheep quite likes the idea, but... you know, of having a head. This is delicious. Yes, what next? Tripe and offal and things like that. No, it was made by kicking it, though. Yeah, I mean, well, Scots seem to struggle with fire, so that's about the only way they can heat something up is to kick it until it gets warm. Hermit's diary, coin and health potion, as well as some other bits and pieces. Don't think I want a silk hat. Rather keep a hood because it's more badass. What's that? Increases encumbrance limit. Okay, versus my mana or health rings. I'll stick with the ones I've got for now, I think. Flame resin. Come back in souls again. Here's my book. I've roamed Avalon too long. No sign of my brothers, no messages at our meeting point. Can I truly be the last druid? I've tried hiding near Kurenak. The people seem honourable and didn't fall for lies about us, but the red priests appeared there too, forcing me to flee again. My bones can't endure much more. Thanks to Hob in the sunken village, I reached the island asylum. I never suspected a druid here. Hob didn't even blink when I asked for help. My days are ending, but those red fools never found me. It's been lonely, but the cave has become my home. I feel this is my last entry. I hope my brothers would see this hiding spot as our last prank on Avalon, worth every moment. Interesting. It was a druid who was driven out. One of the few survivors of the Massacre of the Druids. Interesting indeed. Feel like you need to see the intro to this game. Yeah, in short, a big old plague drove humans under the leadership of King Arthur and Merlin to the shores of Avalon, where they found a place already occupied by the Fore something or other, I forget the name again, who weren't too happy about the arrival of humans, and also a magical otherworldly force of potential and chaos called the Wyrdness was also spread across the land. Together they after a campaign of conquest, Arthur and Merlin used statues called menhirs, I think, to drive back the Wyrdness, or Merlin mostly did that bit, but Arthur led the forces that, oh dear, conquered the land. And then founded Kamelot. And all of that was 600 years ago, apparently. Success. So that's the gist of it. And now, the plague has followed us to Avalon, the Red Death, and is infecting people. And we found the spirit of King Arthur weakened, shattered, and trapped somewhere between life and death. Have escaped the asylum, which is on this island somewhere. I don't see it, but that might be it just there, actually. And based on the fact, this might be something like that. I did wonder. It depends how otherworldly a place Avalon is actually supposed to be. They're obviously playing fast and loose with the original stories, mind you. There's not any other option, really. Stories have been pulled and poked and prodded at so many times, inevitably, that it's bound to happen. This is an interesting statue. Yeah. I do wish the photo mode was a little bit better. It's a bit rough that it isn't. Yes, this is Avalon. This is technically... Ooh, hello. An island just off the coast of Avalon, wherein the asylum was built by the Red Priests, or an order of them. They were only a section of the Red Priests' church, apparently. Right. Time to get out of here, I think. No, I think that's fine. True of a lot of stories from that time period, that what survives is at best a twisted version of... I mean, was there ever really an original? You get far enough back with these things, you end up in oral histories anyway, and at that point, what's really original and what isn't? So, bound to be countless minor variations at that point. Nobleman's boots, fisherman's tunic, and ragged trousers. Well, if I don't want to look like a red priest, at least I've got a disguise available now. Nobleman's tunic? Oh, fisherman's tunic. Well, same level of protection. Doesn't look very good, but hey, it'll do. Hood-wise, well, we'll hold off on making a decision there. Trousers, I'll keep those the same. Like, non... Oh, so I have to go for nobleman's boots or tattered boots, which are not very good. So, yeah, nobleman's boots it is. That's a bit weird. What about my hands? I might have to lose the gauntlets. Put on nobleman's hat, which is the same protection as a leather hood. I don't know if because this was the only one labelled red priest stuff. The rest of it wasn't, so I don't know if I'd actually need to take that off or not. If I could keep, say, the hood. Put boots on. I'm currently set up medium, aren't I? So put some of our shoes on, which don't look as good. Some of the gauntlets back on, but I'm still... Oh, I'm back to medium here. This thing apparently weighs a bit. It'll take me back down to light if I wanted to wear that god-awful thing. Or this. But this actually is a Red Priest cowl, so this is just a leather hood. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Emmy. Currently sitting at 6%. What happens if I end up at 5% there, don't I? I mean, it's a bloody awful look. I look somewhere like a foppish chef, really. Those are red priest marked. The bandages are not. And give me a tiny little bit of armor, though. I mean, this is terrible. We'll go for one leather boots. Let's be back on medium again, so I have to go back to red priest boots though, which I don't really want. Or all the way down to these terrible tattered boots. Guess we're going to have to tolerate looking like a complete fop for a bit, aren't we? For now. Until I've got a better idea of whether or not wearing this stuff is a problem or not. I don't imagine it will be, but... You know, I've got a shovel, I don't need another. I know you can dig for buried treasure a la Larian style, but I haven't, it's supposed to be occasionally quite hard to spot. I haven't seen any signs at the moment. Right, this is an almost Viking-esque boat. It's clinker built with a carved prow. Anyway, Caradoc.
There you are. It took you a while. I was getting worried you wouldn't make it. I even realized that I didn't get a chance to introduce myself. I'm Caradoc.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be mistaken for one. These guys wearing red, so... Ran into some trouble. If that was a test, I better have passed. You sent me through even though you knew it was there, didn't you? I ran into some trouble along the way.
Figured you would. A place like that doesn't let anyone through easy. But you're standing here, looking healthier than last time. So I'm guessing you found something worth the trouble.
Yeah, I guess he did as well, they're not the same. I found King Arthur. Do I want to tell him that? I mean, he let me out of the cell, but I don't know a damn thing about his motives, so...
Really? Then can you explain how you were suddenly cured of an illness that nobody knows how to cure?
No idea. I mean, I could, but I don't really trust the guy. And he did let me out, even though I had the illness, so... I don't know. I mean, something to do with King Arthur, but I don't feel like I want to share with him. He might be a helpful fellow, but I might share more when I have a bit more reason to trust him.
Well, maybe the fact you were able to do that is why I was supposed to break you out of this place. Anyway, get some rest. We'll have to set sail soon, before the Red Priests find us here.
So why were you supposed to break me out?
All I know is I was supposed to help you, some Pict and a Delriata, break out.
Met them all.
And then sail you to the mainland. But it looks like you're the only one who made it. From what I understand, the Red Priests must have done something to you. Something that can prove useful during my quest. Else, I wouldn't be sent here.
And what quest might that be, buddy?
My goal is to destroy King Arthur. To get rid of him, once and for all.
Interesting.
There are pieces of his soul scattered across Avalon. I need to find, collect, and destroy them.
Why?
Long story short, you've found yourself in the middle of a mess that's been brewing for 600 years. Every single time things go down the shitter on this island, a bunch of cowards in Kamelot bring our once and future king back from the dead. It's
Interesting.
happened before. It will happen again. And soon. My journey, my mission, is to stop this from happening.
Hope they picked the right one for the job. Oh dear. Okay. So, apparently this is not the first time Arthur's soul's been brought back, and he claims he doesn't know anything about it. And when things go, apparently people in Camelot want to bring it once a future king back to help him out when stuff goes wrong, and he wants to stop it. See, his story doesn't inspire a lot of faith. Like, I don't know why he'd want to stop Arthur coming back. I don't know what the pros and cons are. I'm lacking way too much information to be sharing anything. I'm really glad he doesn't know I've got a piece of Arthur's soul carrying around with me, because he might try and stick me with the pointy end of that sword on his back. What's your plan? Don't care about that. Why's this important to you?
He's the reason the world as we know it is coming to an end.
Is he now?
Every time they resurrect him, the weirdness grows stronger.
Interesting.
Soon it will cover all of Avalon, and nobody will survive that. I've been cleaning this mess for a long time now, and I truly wish for this nightmare to end.
What's your plan exactly?
The plan is to steal Excalibur.
Interesting.
Or at least what's hiding within that damned blade. A piece of our king is bound to it, and so it needs to be destroyed.
Is it possible to steal such a thing?
We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it.
And where is it
The
now?
sword is kept in the Horns of the South. It's a fortress, but if someone has this emblem, they can enter freely.
Interesting.
Pin it to your clothes. If you decide to help me, you should get in without any issues. When you do, find the captain. Brendan's his name. He'll tell you the rest.
Didn't say it'd help you.
And yet I still gave you an opportunity to do so. You'll have plenty of time to think about it on the boat.
I have a few more questions.
And all of them essential. But I have to leave you for a while. You should get some rest first. Judging by the waves, our journey won't be pleasant. Set up a camp and get some sleep. Then we'll sail for the Horns of the South. Ah, and here, have some cobweb. Throw that into the fire and you'll be safe from the weirdness. Just in case I don't come back before nightfall.
Setting up a bonfire. From now on, whenever you'd like to rest, level up, or cook something, you can set up a bonfire in the game world, just by opening the quick wheel. Okay. Whispers represent fragments of memory unlocked by your mysterious companion. You can discuss these with him by the fire. Safe contact pass. Okay. Yeah. So I've got a stat point and a skill point, 10 ethereal cobweb that Kamelot just gave me to fuel the fire. I can't do anything other than talk right now.
Well, that man really hates me. That much is clear. It's good you didn't tell him we've met, young one. Who knows what he'd have done?
Yeah, well, that's true. Do you know why he hates you this much? He said a lot of bad things about you. You know why he hates you this much?
No. It seems that I should, but I don't. He knew me, spoke with certainty, with anger. But to me, he's a stranger. If he was a part of my past, then that past has been taken from me. I need to regain it.
He said a lot of bad things about you.
That isn't right. I should remember. I should.
It may or may not be his
All I know is
fault.
that I left my kingdom strong, prosperous. It should have grown. It must have flourished in my absence.
And yet it did not. So we're off to steal Excalibur.
It seems so. If Karadok is hunting for more pieces of my soul, we should definitely claim them first.
Well, yeah, should we?
I should grow stronger. I should remember. I should be whole. Let's go then, young one. Let's not waste any more time. I left my kingdom strong. It should have.
Yes, you keep saying this, but the evidence is not in favour of this being the case.
And if something threatens it now, then I will see it restored.
Well, it seems there may be some cross between Caradoc's goals and Arthur's goals, whether they like it or not. How you doing, MDMX? Your brother's involved in the develop here? Oh, cool. I'm enjoying it so far. Very, very much. I have many questions, but I've been on since 8 o'clock. No, 7 o'clock even. And I've not yet left the starting area, so, well, areas. So, questions are about part of the course at this point. They're about what you'd expect. So, restore weird soul power. Okay, that's... So I have to rest in order to gain that... Interesting, because it was called the King Power before. And now it's called the Weird Soul Power. Which makes me wonder if that relates to the specific power, or if it relates to... something that didn't get... Something that should have been changed in development and wasn't. Choice of early access and all that. Or if there's actually more powers out there that do not, in fact, relate to Arthur. For now, I'm going to restore that. I can't fuel the bonfire now, though, so that may or may not have been a good move. Let's level up. So, attributes. Spirituality will get me more magic power. Practicality would be crafting bonuses. Mana costs would dip. Crafting prices would go down. Critical and sneak. Attack speed, noise and visibility, range damage. Range but not magic, I see. Bows and that sort. Health and encumbrance. All those are appealing. And melee damage and stamina. Yeah. There's a weird one. Max stamina on strength and encumbrance on endurance. I'd have thought those would be the other way around, but it may be that way around for a balancing reason. But I didn't know. It's strange. Nice. Good to hear you're enjoying it as well, Cal. It's got me intrigued, that's for sure. Spell power, I think, is where I'm going to go first. Because I'm definitely feeling... Oh, crap. Wizardy. Skill trees. So I guess we should have a look at spirituality skills. That's wands and cubes. I don't have any wands just yet. What would this do? Sums up the tree as is. 1, 2, and then 2 to the left. Yes, that is the same. Okay, right. Arcane conduit. Soul cubes and wands increase spell power when equipped. That'd be nice, but I don't have either of those things yet. Summoning. I don't have any summoning spells at the moment. Combat. Spell power has increased. Yeah, that's promising so far. And general buffs. General and buffs, okay. That's fewer jokes about the name of that. I was going to dig one out, but... gain extra mana. That's also appealing. I'm going to go for spell damage for now. And I'd be able to go for a charge cantrip. I have to cast a spell next spell with the lower mana cost has... 25% chance of increase of crit. Its spell crits reduce target stamina. Dealing elemental damage by status build up. That'd be nice to have as well. I can just bump this up and up and up. So presumably 10, 20, 30, 40, up to 50% on that, and then other sources as well. Cool. Cannot easily be undone, but they can be undone. Because my next thing I want to check... Can, is whether or not I managed to pick up... There is supposed to be a potion that allows you to respec in the opening sequence there somewhere. I don't recall picking it up. I don't know if that's just I didn't register it and I have got it. Or if I didn't pick it up. I can't craft anything right now. But, yeah. I'll check in a minute. Okay. I don't know how long I need to rest. 6 AM. Yes, he said the morning, didn't he? He's back. Right. Did I pick up this new? Oh, yeah, I got a broken broadsword. A bit pointless because I've got a dull one here as well, which does 12 and 7 and 9. So, yeah. Here's what that looks like. About what I was expecting. Dagger. I don't think there's anything else I'd rather have here. Quite a strength that I don't have, isn't it? Okay. Inventory. Something in my bag. And so the last thing I wanted to check, consumables, potions. I did get an origin potion. There we go. Reset your skill and stat points. So there are a few of these around that you can find to respec if you want to. But for right now, I don't know if I'm going to do that. So. First piece of King Arthur's sword tied to Excalibur. Makes sense. I would have thought that would be a harder piece to get. I guess the crown's a harder piece. Caradoc, the knight who broke me out of the island asylum, wants to steal Excalibur from the halls of the south, and it seems that to do so, we're supposed to meet the captain of the place, a man named Briandan. The pin Caradoc gave me should grant me safe passage. Unforgettable. Catherine died in childbirth in one of the cells of the island asylum. Should I tell her husband the truth? Probably. Okay. Right.
Ready? Hop on the boat.
He has nothing to say to me right now. Burn some humanity to reverse your holding. It's been a long time since I played the Dark Souls game to actually be able to... I mean, I vaguely remember what you're referring to, Emily, but the last Souls game I played was Elden Ring. You don't have to do that.
The hull as you left the island asylum behind. Caradoc's boat cut through the black waters, its course set for Avalon's shores. Then the deep stirred.
Would you?
A shudder ran through the vessel from neither wind nor tide, but from something far below.
Kraken!
Presence, ancient and watching.
Cthulhu.
Struck. The boat lurched violently, wood splintering as the sea itself rose in fury. A shadow moved beneath the surface, vast, coiling, inescapable. The next wave swallowed everything. Darkness took you. Salt filled your lungs. And then, light. The crash of waves. The cold kiss of wet sand. You were alive. The sea had spared you.
What of Caradoc?
Not without a cost.
Oh, there's always a cost. Let me guess, all my shit's gone or something. In the Caradoc gave me to go south passage, safe passage to the horns of the south. Ah, there's the shadow of the horns. And There's just this region map, I think. I appear to have my stuff. Oh, I gained a torch. Hallelujah. I should probably put my spells in my left hand always, so that I can, you know, keep the habit up, and not have to cross my streams or anything. Oh, my mouse buttons in this case. Okay. So, no word on what might be going on with Caradoc. We're just here on the shore and left to go and explore. I'm now somehow over encumbered though. Dead sucks. What shit have I got that's not worth a damn? And that is 35. Copper arrow does not weigh anything. These are worth 5. 20. So worth 5. Worth 5 and way more. Waypoint 3, 0.5, 0.4. Okay. So anything I can drop that's going to weigh less than 20 and get me across the line, though. Weigh a couple of pounds and be worth less than 20 or less. Or worth way a bit more than that. Not really from the look of it. One, I don't think will weigh anything. Always a little, but I can get rid of it. Okay. Catch you later, Noel. Have a good night. I'm going to wrap up, so you're not going to miss much, or at least not today anyway. Shh. Yeah, I think I'll have to get rid of some somewhat heavy armour if I find anything. Not heavy enough, is it? No, it's going to be one of these, I think. Cool, for right now, that'll do. A few notes that I don't need, and a piece of armour. Ditch the keys, because I think I'll have to go back to the asylum at some point. I've got a hunch. I don't know, though. So I don't think they weigh anything. Fuck yeah! Short sword! Quite a strength that I don't have. Feck. I thought for one-handed I'd be fine with that, but okay. Now I have to ditch a bit more. Assuming this is what's left of Kamelot's boat. Kamelot presumably got to shore elsewhere, because he doesn't seem like the sort of fella who's going to disappear from the story that early permanently. Now, who would... Oh, I know who'd be going live at this time. Leader Rogue. I don't know what that is. Fix bleed. When you put it on a weapon. Okay. I have to drop something else for a couple of pounds, aren't I? To be honest with you, I think a couple more of these are probably the play. Yeah, I'll probably get away with wearing the robe, but I don't know. Okay, well. Ooh, a little bit of lagginess there. Now that we're out and about. Okay. Don't think I'll be using that one, but you never know. Hud. Come on, brain. Got one with that name, didn't I, Margaret? Anyway, for one shiny evening, it is 10 to 11, and we started early, and that seems like about the most sensible stopping point we are likely to get. So that was cool. Yeah, Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. I enjoyed that. That's an interesting game, and it's a bit different. Yeah, that's cool. Definitely want to keep playing that. The question is, do I fit it into stream? How do I fit it in the stream? Can I fit it in the stream? Blah, blah, blah. More questions along those lines, because, yeah, it's a bit... I'm curious on that point at the moment. I don't know. Yeah, I have to think about that one. Because right now, plan is Monday, Tuesday, Oblivion, Wednesday, Fallout, Thursday, Friday, Atomfall. So yeah, we'll be pushing on with that. Atomfall, theoretically, we don't have vast amounts more to do, apart from the DLC, which is out. We've got maybe got a third of the game left or something, and then the DLC. So there'll be a few weeks worth of gameplay at least. Yeah, and also I picked up Atomfall on Steam last night, and got the version with the DLC. Yeah, it looks like I can't copy my Xbox Game Pass saves across. I found them on the computer, the save files, but they are a different format. They are laid out in a different way. They couldn't be more different, really. So they can't just be copied across and put in the same thing. Unfortunately, the game wouldn't know where to look for them and how they were organised, or even what kind of files they would needed and how to read them and things with the Steam version. So that's not particularly unusual, and I suspect it's a deliberate design feature of Game Pass, intending to keep people within the ecosystem to some degree. I assume, but still, it is what it is, and it's very annoying. So yeah, my Atom Fall save is well. I'm currently having to chase and see if I can catch up with my Atom Fall save and get to back into Skethermore on where we were last time in time for Thursday, which could be a challenge. It's possible, but we'll see how we do. If I don't do it, then I guess I'm going to have to keep moving the goalposts, aren't I? I'll manage. Worst case scenario, I'll have a bit further to run and I'll get there in time for not this coming week, but the week after. And yeah, I'm sure we'll manage. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Video-wise, I'm going to start a camp-related, probably best builds thing in the next couple of days. Probably have a look further into that on Monday. I've got a few camps that I can draw upon for that, though I'd like to find a few more as well, and I've not had a great deal of luck. But I also need to dive in and spend some more time looking. So yeah, that and juggling with Atomfall is going to be a thing. Beyond that, not too sure what else is going to happen video-wise. I've got a plan for a camp build that I want to time. I'll probably aim for the latter part of next week on that, because I'd like to line it up with the launch of, or just ahead of at least, the launch of the fishing update, which is 3rd of June. So I might aim for there with the next camp build. As this is going to be hopefully a portable camp, so you can just leave it somewhere, drop it down, and fish from it, basically. That's the hope. As to how effective that's going to be, we'll have to see. Yeah. I think I know how I'll approach this, maybe. Possibly. I have to have a think about that one. But yeah, that's sort of where my plans are at the moment. I might do a brief overview guide to how the fishing mechanics work and introduction to the fishing update as well for the weekend, or aim for that for the following Monday maybe. I don't know. Those two are the back half of next week anyway, probably. I think that's where we're looking at on the video front. If you haven't seen the new season and rewards, those are all up and there's video on that, so you can check that one out. And yeah, let me know what you thought of this one. Drop comments and things and such, and likes, subs, etc, etc. As yeah, I thought Tainted Grail's interesting, and if I'm going to squeeze it in short term, it might have to be a once a week on a Saturday thing, if I can keep up with that and I feel up to it, which is a big if, because I'm already on 5 days a week streaming, so plus videos, so let's not kill myself, eh? So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and then when we get an opening, because that will probably be when we finish Atomfall, it might move into that, we'll see. Yeah, I also might play some of this on my own time as well, maybe move away from, play a different character that doesn't do the magic side of things so much. Possibly. Maybe. I shall have a thunk. I kind of like the idea of doing a two-handed sword character, actually. That could be quite fun. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Who knows? Anyway, folks, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you've had fun. I'm interested in this. It's cool. Yeah, definitely down for that. So, yeah, that's basically where we're at. Thank you all for hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Take it easy. I certainly plan to do much the same. My day tomorrow is going to be dominated by running through Atomfall again, which is, it's a hard knock life, isn't it? Should be good. Yeah, like, subs, notification bell, social media links in the description if you want to keep up with live streams. Live streams in particular, YouTube is terrible at notifying people on. So, yeah, if you do want to keep up, follow me on Blue Sky or Facebook. I did put a Instagram story up, and I do put stuff on Instagram. So, yeah, follow me there as well. But if you really want most notifications, all of the notifications, then Blue Sky, and it's probably your best bet. I'd say Facebook, but Facebook's horrible. So, yeah, do Blue Sky. It's less grim. And, yeah, outside of that, I don't spam anyway. So, don't worry about me clogging up your feed too much. Yeah, and if you're really, really into it, then channel membership's always appreciated. Otherwise, check out the live tab on the channel. First episodes of streams go in there. Everything else goes into the appropriate playlist, so hunt around for that. Same will be true of Tainted Grail, so playlist for that will be coming. Well, playlist already set up. It'll go onto the front of the channel probably this time next week when we do another episode, because there's not much point in having a playlist when the first episode's just, available and it's the only one there, is there? So, yeah. But yeah, that'll appear soon. Otherwise, scroll down the front page. There's loads of stuff there if you want to check it out. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out. Have yourselves a good weekend. Join us for Oblivion on Monday, which will be interesting to shift back to, I have no doubt. And yeah, until then, look after yourselves, stay safe. I'll see you next time. All right, folks. Have a good one. Night.
Yeah.